ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Just me tonight, I think. J-Vi's not going to be in here. You're probably tired of seeing my ugly mug every night. We've been on an absolute heater, but we've been doing these. We've been doing these little short streams instead of along with the big ones, which has been a lot of fun. But as the title says, we're looking at this TGL. I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, it is still football season without a doubt. There's no doubt about it that there is football season. We're right in the crux, the heat of football season. It's playoff week, but we did have this new golf league, which is pretty. I don't know. I mean, look, it's a Tuesday night. Bowl season's over, so great job, Tiger, Rory. A lot of mixed reviews. Golf is, I guess, they're trying to make it more of a show up to the stadium type of sport, where these golfers walk in, they have intros. We had the New York team, which hilarious that New York got blown out. Shout out to them for giving New York another team that stinks versus the Bay. So we'll get over that, but let's take a look at some of this stuff. We've got I bookmark a few tweets, so they'll be from the TGL account just to kind of show, because I didn't know what this thing was. I mean, you're sitting here, you're watching, you're like, what does TGL mean? First of all, TGL means Tomorrow's Golf League, which is by a company called TMRW from Tiger and Rory, I think. Now, don't quote me on that, but I do know it's called the Tomorrow's Golf League. I thought it was going to be Tiger's Golf League, but no, not the case. So, TGL, that's where we start. Here's kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up. I mean, I'm a golf guy. I love watching golf. Even though it is football season, but as you can tell, I'm a Niners fan. Check out that. So season's over. Shut up. I know you're all laughing. Get over it. But I sat up and I watched this. I paused it. I was getting ready for bed, and then I came back out and I watched it because I was intrigued, because I didn't know what it was. But here's a look. I mean, this thing's pretty crazy. Like, it's this indoor dome. It looks almost like a somewhere where you go see a play, like an amphitheater or something. And it's got all these lights and these seats and these club seats, and people are drinking beer and doing whatever. And you've got Matt Berry, of course, trying to steal the spotlight, and Marty Smith, of course, trying to steal the spotlight. And you've got Tiger on the mic, and a couple of different golfers in here. Oh, B. McCormick, you're back, dude. We're talking golf. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. It's still football season, B. McCormick. Don't be mad. So we're looking at this, and this is just kind of a look at how they put some of this together. I was curious. So I had the intro. So you had tonight's singles matchup. So the New York Golf Club, which has Ricky Fowler, Matt Fitzpatrick, and I put together a package of, hey, I put together a package that will address some of these issues with helping this league, because this league seems like a really great idea until you do it for 18 holes or 15 holes or whatever it was. And then once it's a blowout, it's kind of like, well, this is no longer any fun, really, but it is cool to look at. And they really, really made a big deal about how big the screen was. So, but anyways, I think hold on, give me a second. But I think there's some things that can be done here. So, the intro. So you had the singles here. So obviously Ricky Fowler, Matt Fitzpatrick, Xander Schauffele. Now, I don't know what the betting line was, but apparently there were some betting lines. It's a deal with FanDuel or whatever. But Ludwig Oberg, Wyndham Clark, Shane Lowry, and I guess they play. Oh, okay, I see what they do. But so anyways, you've got teams of 3 where they're wearing earpieces so that they can talk to Matt Berry, because he always has to inject himself into everything. Anchor for ESPN. Can't stress that enough. They have 3 different services they hit from. Like, this is one of the things that they were putting in. Here's kind of what that looks like. Like, it's a cool concept, and I'm telling you right now, I don't think there's anybody anywhere that is more proud of how big the screen is than any other sporting. I mean, when this thing came out, I think that's Victor Cruz. I don't know. Maybe that is. I don't know. But anyways, these people are they could not wait to tell you how big their screen was. It's like the guy who's like, "Oh, come over to my Super Bowl party. I bought this gigantic screen, this big screen TV. You're never gonna believe how big it is." And it's like, you know, he just sits there and tells you how big his TV. Hey, can you believe how big my TV is? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. So first shot, it was Shane Lowry, all that stuff. T Swift says she needs a new car. Like, so they got 3 different services they tee off of. You can see it right there. Hold on. You can see it right there. They got the close-up one with 3 different services. They've got the second one. So if you're within 100 and hold on. I wrote it down. Within 50 yards, you play from the green around where the green is. If you're from 150 to 50, you play from these top ones, and if you're 150 and beyond, you play from these back ones. And then the screen has oh, there we go. What's up, Blue? Blue's back. We're talking golf. Don't get mad, Blue. I told B. McCormick that. So they were really huge about the biggest screen ever. So I don't know, dude. I mean, you're talking about Jerry World. Jerry World puts that thing to shame. What they should do is Jerry Jones Golf Simulator in Jerry World. How about that? So that's the 3 surfaces that you'll see, and they'll hit from there, and they clean them up and do all this stuff. You got the giant screen, and they also have a referee and a shot clock. That's what that red thing is. And the first 15 holes, they play alternate shots, so they just boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I was about to have the Model Maniac on here. I was trying to get another golf expert on this thing, but
let's go.
Any sound with that? We don't need to hear them. We can hear me. Dude, telling you I love Byron. Byron's the best. That's right, dude. Emergency broadcast. Let's go. So obviously they do that. So the first hole, they hit them from there. It hits the screen. It's just like you're playing Top Golf essentially, except with more fancier and people are sitting in the booths. I mean, you'd expect that they would have that thing rocking, and they were for the first few minutes, and then this thing got out of hand. So I got some suggestions for that. So this is the first hole 1. Ludwig Oberg puts it in. So they've got this green that raises and rotates and shifts with whatever the hole design is, which is freaking weird, but awesome at the same time. Like, you'll step off the green and then that thing will shift and rotate. It's got all these pneumatic pumps underneath it that change the surface. It's absolutely nothing. Talking about it. That's right. You ever see a movie with Shia LaBeouf? Once upon a time, there was a magical place where it never rained. The end. So you got that. And here's some of the it's either flashing up the betting odds, but you can see the stadium seating around this thing. It's wild. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just they're trying to showcase the golfers' personalities, and some of them do have personalities, but some of them don't. Like one of the greatest, Justin Lauer, Mark Hubbard, guys that we've interviewed. If you're watching this, go check out our interview. It's on our Evergreen page or whatever it is. We've interviewed Mark Hubbard, Justin Lauer. Mark Hubbard would be electric on this thing. That's what they're missing. They're missing club hubs. So anyways, they've got that 24-inch screen. They've got the 3 different platforms that you hit off. You can see them all there. They've got referees. They've got icing golfers, which like you can call a timeout to ice a golfer before they hit. And so now you've got this thing called the hammer, which when you're playing golf, you're trying to add in intrigue. You're trying to add in, especially with guys like this, which are used to hitting golf balls and watching them fly and kind of playing solo and walking the course by themselves, this and that. So they're playing on teams because we all love teams because we love the Ryder Cup, right? We love the President's Cup. But oh gosh, B. McCormick. So we all love teams, right? And so they're trying to capture that, but then they're also trying to capture this thing where we're going to throw a wrench into it. Like, oh, we got you there. We got you good. We're going to throw this thing called the hammer where it's times 2. And and we're gonna screw you up. You know what they need to do with that hammer? I think is this where they throw it? Oh, see right there. So this guy threw this was hilarious. I don't know who it was. Was it Ricky? So they've got this thing where they call it throwing the hammer. So he throws the hammer whenever you can, and everybody's kind of confused. But you throw the hammer. There's the referee coming in there, and then now this is a pressure shot, so it's worth some sort of points. But or maybe that was just a joke. But I don't know. But anyway, so they're trying to create this. Boom! Here comes a flag. That's called the. You need a hammer. You can't say we're throwing the hammer. Look. You need an actual hammer. Get a foam hammer. Get something that's made with some substance. Exactly. Thank you, Blue. That's what I'm saying. You need a real hammer. Get Chris Hemsworth on the phone. Get Tony Stark. Get what's his face? Robert Downey Jr. Get the hammer of Thor. And I'm saying when that thing hits, when the hammer hits, I need lightning crashing from the sky. I need strobe lights going off. I need cracking thunder over the intercom. Like, give it to me. Give it to me. That's another thing. You know what? If you're going to throw the hammer, you better be able to gong somebody right in the head. Just whoosh, boomerang that thing. Or what you could do, get a cannon that you put over your shoulder and just cannon that thing. So there you go. But that's if you're gonna do the hand, like there's certain ways, like they're afraid to do, like they're golfers, right? Like Tiger, Rory are golfers. Like they live in the golf world. They need people like us to come in here and watch this and be like, look, dude, this is a cool idea, right? You've got this giant screen. We know your screen's humongous, whatever. But you need other ways to get people to be like, this isn't regular golf. Just because you put it on a fake screen or whatever doesn't mean that it's, that it's not regular golf. That's what Tiger kept saying. This is golf. This is golf. It's like, no, dude, this is essence of golf. Let us come in there. That's right. Dodgeball, dude. I mean, just right in the middle of the game. So-and-so's about to putt. Now we got hammers flying everywhere. Everybody gets a hammer, and you're just chucking hammers. Last man standing wins. So if the hammer's accepted, then you get an additional point. If it's not, then you concede the hole. Couple of other notes, like the intro for this thing, right? Like the intro, that's right, P. McCormick, dodge a wrench, dodge a ball. But the intro to this thing, I think they had ball boys out there, is what it looked like. They had a referee. They had some sort of ball boy. That I don't know. I guess they went in there and set everything up whenever the cameras were on. They had walkout songs. DJ Khaled was there. I saw a robot running around the premises. I don't know what that was about, but got the people going. Twitter was talking all about it. The consensus was kind of the same. You had all your golf hardos that were probably paid to talk about the TGL. We are not paid by them. We are PGA credentialed. Shout out us. But we are not paid by any PGA affiliate or anything like that. So we just tell it like it is. They had, it was the consensus was awesome. It was like Tuesday night, I'm going to check out the TGL. Great marketing strategy. No football. Didn't even do it when the FCS. Didn't even know what the FCS was. They didn't do it when the FCS was, which is awesome. Kudos to them. They're football. That tells me they're football guys. But they had the walkout songs. DJ Khaled's there. You could tell, one of the things you could tell, I don't know. When they hit a couple of balls out of the sand, I don't think it was real grass, or if it was, then it wasn't acting like it. Grass needs to be in the elements. It needs to be hit the sun. It needs to have rain on it. It needs to have some dew. It needs to have people walking on it. So you got this pristine grass. I don't even know if it was real turf or not. I didn't really read on it. But you need the elements to this thing, because if not, that grass is super sticky, and you could see some of these guys when they hit a couple of shots out of the rough or out of the sand, especially. That damn thing sucked back and didn't roll out at all. So I think they're probably gonna. You could tell in the golfer's face. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm watching Ricky hit a few sand shots, and you could tell that he was like, "What the hell was that? This thing didn't run out," so on and so forth. But where was I going with that? But it looked like this is something that these guys might be hesitant of because it's not responding. Like you're going to go out here and hit, 40 or 50 balls you're not seeing where they fly. They're not on a true golf green. So I don't know if they'd really be I guess that's why they only do one or two every month or so. So it doesn't really mess up. It's like doing the home run derby. Like guy goes out there, swings, 300 times during the home run derby and is trying to hit absolute, fence jammers and absolute, gong shows. And then they try to go back and hit, 86-mile-an-hour, 12-6 curveball from Barry Zito. It's going to screw up their swing. So I wonder if these guys are kind of thinking the same thing. Ricky Flatbill, he's kind of lost it, but he got married, so he's finding his way back. So the rope, but I think there's 6 teams. So these are 2 of the 6 teams. There's another match in 2 weeks. So look, I'm telling you right now, they got to get other people in this thing to give them ideas outside of the golf world. This is what people are talking about with the golf world, right? That's why people love watching the YouTube guys, because they're out there hitting golf balls, drinking beer, whatever. But really what they need to do is get people like us on the horn and be like, look, if you want to make this thing better, I actually made a slide of suggestions. Top 5 suggestions I give to TGL. I would give them for free. Honestly, I'd give them right to you, TGL. Just show our logo somewhere on the show. And I'm going to give them to you here in a second. But when and then also when that ball hits that giant surface, that big screen, you could tell they were a little perplexed because they're like, I thought I hit that pretty well, but then it goes off to the right, it goes off to the left. The courses are they look like, if you ever played Tiger Woods, it looks like they're, some of those crazy mountain courses, they come up with these weird designs. And I mean, the concept's really cool. I think it's really cool. I was entertained for a while until it got out of hand. They got to find a way where it can't get out of hand. They've got to find a way where it cannot get out of hand. So they need to have, hey, we can pull a fan out of this. Here, I'll pull up my suggestions. But overall, I'm not saying it was bad, but I definitely think that they need some suggestions here. So, but anyways, let me pull out the let me pull out the suggestion box that I have here for the TGL. So TGL, if you're watching, just call us. We will sit down in a meeting and we will give you these brilliant ideas. These are just off the top of the head. This is what I was watching tonight. This is what we need. Top 5. when you are, here we go. Look, top 5 needs. Watching this Taylor Mathis. That I don't need. Dude, what is the internet anyways? Oh, show where the ball hits the screen. I'm so used to watching golf with a shot tracer. Now you get all this technology in one of the fanciest golf simulators ever, the biggest golf simulator ever. And I have no idea where the ball hits until it starts showing. You need something to show where it hits the screen. I need like a cannonball explosion to be like, that's where it hit on the screen. Or I need a shot tracer behind it. I need something to tell me where it goes. That's number 1, because we're lost and I want to see what the players are seeing. So, I mean, there's screens everywhere. You can't tell me you can't show me where that ball hits on the screen. It's the biggest screen ever, I've heard. So we need better uniforms. I'm sorry. But them walking out there in white pants and gray shirts, you need from what's that movie? She's gosh, what was it called? Not She's Just Not That Into You, but whenever they rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a pretty hilarious movie. Can't remember the guy's name, but they did Slapshot Regatta in it, B. McCormick, or anyways, I think was Favreau in it. I'm not sure. No, maybe Favreau wasn't in it. But anyways, when they did their wedding, they had these uniforms that had NASCAR names and numbers on the back. That's what we need. We need better uniforms. You can't go out there. You want it to be golf. Here's the problem they're dancing with. They want it to be golf so badly. They want it to be like, this is still golf. And it's like, no, you got to do something different. Like, I want uniforms. How are people going to root for your team? They have to be wearing I know they have all these I know they have all these little sponsorships and stuff, but you got to get people to buy gear. Like, you need to see a 50-year-old grown man in there with his Ricky Fowler New York Golf Club jersey on. And you need to sell like mullets, like Ricky Fowler's got his mullet back. Like, you got to sell stuff like that. Come on. You cannot evade this type of stuff when you want to bring in fans. You have to make it interesting, because when it gets out of hand, people are going to need Tony the Tiger running across the freaking fairway, firing T-shirt cannons into the crowd of your team's merchandise and jerseys. You don't need to shy away from this. Number 3, we need a weather simulator. I need Ludwig Oberg to be standing over the tee, crack of thunder, blam, lightning, not real lightning, obviously. Raindrops falling, wind whipping, all this stuff. Hell, make it snow in there. Do something, right? He's standing there, all of a sudden, fan turns on, blows his hat clear off his head. We got to have some weather in there. It'd be freaking hilarious. Or they just, you know what they need? There's so much technology in that damn place. You need just a rain cloud, a robot rain cloud that follows the guy who's sucking the most. Robot rain cloud follows the guy who stinks the most just around for a hole, and it just rains all over him. Rains just on him. Robot drone cloud just raining all over Ricky Fowler if he hits a ball. That's what it is. You hit a ball out of bounds, you get raindrop drone cloud follows you around, just raining all over you for an entire hole. That's what you need. Weather simulator, make it happen. They needed immediate equalizer. Now, the scoring, whatever. I think it was 9-1 or whatever the score might be. And then they were trying to tell us about the playoffs and how the points matter and win the holes. You know, they need an immediate equalizer. I need one time during the round, Xander Schauffele out of his back pocket says, I'm pulling the fan card. Bam. This fan needs to make a 10-foot putt or 20-foot putt, whatever the case may be, for 3 points right now. We're going to get this back into it. Or if you don't, it takes away a point from you or something. So there's a little intrigue on it, but you need something like that. You need, or some sort of, you got to be able to line up a tee shot and then aim at a target and be like, bam, I'm going to get a point. I'm going to get half a point for that. Like, you got to have some sort of way around getting blown out. You can't have blowouts like that. Because once it's a blowout, and there's nothing else on. I can't flip to another, if the Jets are getting mollywopped by the Bills, I can't go over to the Sunday Ticket and turn on, a better game. So if this thing gets out of hand, you got to have ways to bring this thing back. You got to be like, hey, there's balloons flying around. Hit this flaming golf ball into the balloon. Blow it up. That's a point. It's just crazy, Mario Kart shit. So, anyways, that's what we need. We need something like that, or the golden ball. Like, you only get one golden ball per round, and if you miss the green, then you lose. If you hit it on the green, you get, I don't know, some sort of point. You need something. You need a couple of bags a couple of tricks in the bag that you can pull out. Not just the hammer, or it's not even a real hammer. You got to have other stuff. You need more obstacles, right? I want in front of that big giant screen, like, you got to, like, I need Happy Gilmore's 18th hole at the championship, where he's putting it off a Volkswagen and down the gutters, all that stuff off of Frankenstein's fat foot. You need stuff like that in there. At least 1 or 2 holes to be like, oh God, here comes a T-Rex. Here comes a T-Rex. Get out of the way. You're just going to eat your golf ball or something. You need something crazy, like, something comes up out in front of one of those. You got to shape your shot around it. You got this big pylon or 2 or 3 pylons that pop up out of the ground in front of you. You got to shape the ball around them, that kind of stuff. So, that's the kind of stuff we need, folks. TGL, if you want this, we will gladly meet with you. So, anyways, it was, again, entertaining, no doubt about it. Entertaining. I will tell you that I'll watch it again. Like, it's on in what, 2 weeks? I mean, football is going to be over. Not going to be much on. Great job. Great job planning this thing. no doubt about it. But there's still some tweaks that need to be made. You got to take you you got to take the um you got to take the advice of people who aren't in the golf tour, because everybody in there, like most of these guys who are creating this, the Rorys and the Tigers, no offense to them, but people are just going to tell them, yes, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was great. What a great idea. And they're going to, they're going to stroke the old ego. You know what I'm saying? They need people in there to be like, hey, dude, when somebody's up by 8, there's got to be something you can do. We got to have a golden snitch or the fan, whatever. Or you can maybe throw it to somebody else who's got a simulator that's virtual. You got to be able to do something like that. So, but like I said, I'll watch it again. So I applaud them, because you got to do something. I mean, you got the live, you got this. Like golf is trying they're trying to make it cool, but they've got to stop listening to their own people within their own walls, right? The ideas are going to come from the outside. They're going to say, hey man, I was watching your TGL, and I really would like to have like just a bag of tricks that you can throw. Like, oh, you want that putt? Here's a landmine. You got to hit it over. You know what I mean? Anyways, I babbled on enough. Another, I don't know how many nights in a row this has been, but I love this stuff. So I guess it's been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because we did the FCS one last night. And then we'll be back tomorrow. So tomorrow's the real show with all the boys. We are going to preview the Orange Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the 5 playoff games coming up in the NFL this weekend. And I'll probably be back Thursday and Friday to recap the Cotton Bowl and Orange Bowl. So we'll do that. It'll be a good time. Well, if you've been watching, there's been quite a few of you in here, so that's great. So I appreciate everybody watching. If you want, there's more shenanigans. The whole crew usually gets together when the podcast drops. That is Mondays and Thursdays. So the new episode is out, episode 197. We're getting close to 200. So coming up on that. Appreciate all the support. But time for me to get out of here. I got to set up for the show tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen. Show. We'll see you tomorrow night. Follow us on all the socials. People yell at us on all these. It's hilarious. They think we're being serious, but we're not. It's hilarious. Everybody have a good night. Happy Wednesday.